Hello and welcome. My name is Alan, and we are back with more Know Your Members of the 119th Congress. Before we jump into that video, let me go ahead and remind you I've got two ways to donate to the channel if so inclined. I have a Patreon account, which is a month-to-month donation system. And I have a coffee account, which can do much the same, but it can also do single, one-time payments. Do not donate if you are in financial straits. I'd, rather you take care of what you need to take care of. Things are tough enough out there with the idiots in charge. Uh, if you can afford to donate and you want to donate, thank you. I do appreciate it. It's me, myself, and I who do the videos, and I've sworn off doing commercials, and um, I'm not getting paid anything by any of the social media companies as of yet, just because I don't have the views and everything. But yeah, with that said, let's jump into the video here. Today, we are looking at Representative David Joyce, who is the representative for the 14th District of Ohio, which is the most northeast district of the state. And it just touches just to the north of Youngstown, just to the east of Acton, and east a little ways for Cleveland. So it doesn't quite touch any metro areas, but it's just around the outside. So it's like just enough to kind of capture some of that extra um, population centers. He is a Republican. And before he took office, he was preceded in office by Steve LaTourette. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at who David Joyce is as an individual. He was born in Cleveland, Ohio on March the 17th, 1957, graduated from West Geauga High School in Chesterland, Ohio in 1975, earned a Bachelor of Science from the University of Dayton in Dayton, Ohio in 1979, earned a JD from the University of Dayton in Dayton, Ohio in 1982. Was the Cuyahoga County, Ohio Public Defender 1983 to 1984. The Geauga County, Ohio Public Defender 1985 to 1988. Geauga County, Ohio Prosecutor 1988 to 2012, before being elected as a Republican to the 113th and 6 following Congresses. So altogether, 7 terms. Now, let's go ahead and look at the committees he is on. He is on the Committee on Appropriations, of which he is on the Subcommittee on Defense, the Subcommittee on Financial Services and General Government, of which he is chairman, and the Subcommittee on Transportation, Housing, and Urban Development and related agencies. He's on the Committee on Homeland Security, of which he's on the Subcommittee on Emergency Management and Technology, and the Subcommittee on Oversight, Investigations, and Accountability. Now, let's go ahead and look at the top 5 individual donors and contributors over the last election cycle. At the top, number 1, we have Geo Group, and they are an American publicly traded C corporation that invests in private prisons and mental health facilities in the U.S., Australia, South Africa, and the United Kingdom. And their facilities include immigration detention centers, minimum security detention centers, and mental health and residential treatment facilities. It also operates government owned facilities pursuant to management contracts, and as of September the 30th, 2024, has owned or managed 80,000 beds at 99 facilities, making it the largest prison operator in the United States. In 2019, agencies of the federal government of the United States generated 53% of the company's revenues. Up until 2021, the company was designated as a real estate investment trust, at which time the board of directors elected to classify it as a C corporation under the stated goal of reducing the company's debt. It has been the subject of civil suits in the United States by prisoners and their families for injuries from riots and poor treatment at prisons and immigrant detention facilities. Due to the settlement of a class action lawsuit in 2012 for its management of the Walnut Grove Youth Correctional Facility in Mississippi, the Geo Group lost its contract for this and 2 other Mississippi prisons, which it had been operating since 2010. Related federal investigations of kickback and bribery schemes associated with nearly $1 billion in Mississippi state contracts for prisons and related services have resulted in the criminal prosecution of several public officials in the state. And in 2017, the state attorney general announced a civil suit for damages to recover monies from contracts completed in the period of corruption. In 2016, the Department of Justice announced its intention to phase out contracts with privately operated prisons, and the U.S. Department of Homeland Security says it was reviewing its contracts with private firms in which operate several immigrant detention facilities. But yeah, they were founded in 1984, and I don't see an actual head. Well, there it is. Boca Raton, Florida is where it says it's headquartered. Altogether, it has donated $47,900. And once again, that's Geo Group. Next, at number 2, we have Microsoft Corporation. And they are an American multinational technology company headquartered in Redmond, Washington, that became influential in the rise of personal computers throughout software like Windows, and has since expanded into areas such as internet services, cloud computing, artificial intelligence, video gaming, and more. It is known as a big tech company and is the largest software company by revenue, one of the most valuable public companies, and one of the most valuable brands globally. It was founded in 1975 by Bill Gates and Paul Allen to market the basic interpreters of the Altair 8800, and rose to dominate the PC operating system market with the MS-DOS in the mid 1980s, followed by the Windows operating systems. Um, It became the third publicly traded U.S. company to be valued at over $1 trillion in April 2019 and has been criticized for monopolistic practices, and the company's software received criticism for problems with its ease of use, robustness, and security. It has been also criticized for its role in providing services to Israel in the Gaza war. Altogether, it has donated $23,200, and once again, that's the Microsoft Corporation. Next, at number 3, we have MBE Ventures from Ohio. And what I have is from Bloomberg. It says they provide professional services offering business and engineering services such as strategic planning, corporate governance, leadership development, performance, project and general management, senior civil engineering, transportation specialist, as well as discipline leadership, and serve clients in the, it says, the state of Alberta as if it's in Canada, but we have it as being from, well, for Ohio, MBE Ventures. But most of what I could find didn't show who MBE Ventures actually was, because it kept wanting to give me um minority business, women business. I'm like, I want MBE Ventures. So altogether, I'm not sure who they really are. I don't know what to tell y'all. I mean, I really don't. But anyway, altogether, they have donated $23,100, and once again, that's MBE Ventures from Ohio. Next, at number 4, we have Roniak Paving. And they are headquartered in Burton, Ohio. And I'm assuming would do paving, resurfacing, that kind of stuff. So yeah. Altogether, they have donated $13,200, and once again, that's Roniak Paving. And finally, in 5th, we have Visconsi Companies. I'm not sure, but I've got a number of entries up here. From Bloomberg, it says it operates as a real estate company, offering real estate management and development, leasing and acquisition services, and serves clients in the United States. Here's a source that says it is based in Cleveland, Ohio, and develops and manages retail and other properties, and as a provider of real estate advisory services. So we know it's a real estate advisory, and it's in the right area, Cleveland, Ohio. He's just off from Cleveland. And say they are a family-owned developer and manager of retail and other properties, and provider of real estate advisory services, operating across the U.S. dealing with ongoing and planned developments. And they have worked on creating shopping centers, single tenant net lease programs, healthcare facilities, and various real estate ventures. So, yeah, altogether, they have donated $12,100, and once again, that's Visconsi companies. Now, let's go ahead and look at the top 5 industry donors and contributors over the last election cycle. At the top, number 1, we have lobbyists and public relations, who altogether have donated $125,958. Next at number 2 is commercial banks and bank holding companies, who altogether have donated $62,620. Next at number 3 is Republican conservative groups, who altogether have donated $55,065. Next at number 4 is Republican leadership PACs, who altogether have donated $54,500. And in 5th is Indian Gaming, who altogether have donated $53,750. Now, let's go ahead and look at all the donors at a glance. Individual, Geo Group. Boo, suck. I'm just not up for prisons to be run by the private sector. No. Too often that's inspired to make more money than actually do what they're supposed to do and properly run prisons to take care of the people. Not to mention they're supposed to be taking care of youth mental health people. Microsoft Corporation. Boo, suck. MBE Ventures. We don't even know who they are really, because like I said, it didn't give us a real identifiable indication of who they are. We'll go. Ronyak Paving. Okay, good. I mean, that's fair, decent job, service. Visconsi companies. Ooh. So not a good start. Industry-wise. Lobbyist and public relations. Boo, suck. Commercial banks and bank holding companies. Boo, suck. Republican conservative groups. Boo, suck. Republican leadership PACs. Boo, suck. Indian Gaming. Good, great. I mean, that's perfectly fine. I'm all about the Indian peoples being able to make money in one form or another, so that's perfectly fine. But yeah, altogether, your donors suck ass balls. Indian Gaming, Ronyak Paving's your best. I'll go a bit lenient. I'll just say you suck ass instead of ass balls. Still, yeah, your donors are not good. But this has been a look at Representative David Joyce, who represents the 14th District of Ohio. As always, educate thyself, think, read, study, learn. Someone tells you something you have trouble believing, ask them to cite their sources, and it can't be tinfoil hat wearing sources or a bunch of anecdotes slapped together to make sources. Like, I know a person who knows an anthropologist who saw a secret hairy man kick over a tree in the woods. And yeah, no, you don't. Quit giving me these, I heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend who. No, that's not a source. That's an anecdote. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, later.